Types of sanctions. Sanctions can be broadly categorized into several types based on their scope, target, and intended impact. Here are some common types of sanctions. 1. Economic sanctions. Trade embargoes, restrictions on imports or exports of goods and services. Financial sanctions, freezing assets, blocking transactions, or prohibiting financial institutions. Sectoral sanctions, energy, finance, or technology. Export controls, limiting or regulating the export of technologies or services. 2. Diplomatic sanctions. Diplomatic expulsions, expelling diplomats or reducing diplomatic staff in response to actions deemed unacceptable. Diplomatic isolation, refusing to engage in diplomatic relations, negotiations, or international forums. 3. Travel sanctions. Visa bans, prohibiting certain individuals from entering the sanctioning country or region. Travel restrictions, imposing limitations or conditions on travel by officials, government representatives, or citizens. 4. Military sanctions. Arms embargoes, prohibiting the sale, transfer, or supply of military equipment, weapons, or related technologies. Military intervention, the threat or use of military force to compel compliance or to address security concerns. 5. Humanitarian sanctions. Targeted exemptions, exceptions or waivers for certain humanitarian goods or services to ensure no harm to vulnerable populations. Monitoring mechanisms, monitoring the impact of sanctions on humanitarian conditions and adjustments. 6. Multilateral sanctions. United Nations sanctions, measures imposed by the United Nations Security Council to address threats to international peace and security. Regional sanctions, imposed by regional organizations or groups of countries to address regional conflicts, security threats, or violations of regional norms or agreements. These are just some examples of the types of sanctions that can be employed by countries or international organizations to achieve various objectives. The effectiveness and impact of sanctions depends on several factors, such as the level of international cooperation.